Midtown Church? I'm Sara Hodges, sports anchor for CBS 13, also a fellow Midtowner. Midtown has taken over the CBS 13 studio because we want to celebrate the top 10 moments of 2023. We have your co-lead pastors here, Bob Ballian, Efren Smith, and of course, the amazing Susie Gomez.
Well, thanks for having us, Sarah. Kicking it off in the 10 spot is our most improved players of the year. And this year, I see so much spiritual growth in our church. Hundreds of you participated in our deep dive discussions, classes, and many of you got away to places like Mission Springs and attended our men's and women's retreats. We had a few hundred new people gathering in groups and a total of 900 plus adults doing life together in groups throughout the year. I'm looking forward to next year for even more growth, so stay tuned because we're just getting started.
All right, Midtown. At number 9, we have some unforgettable milestones worth celebrating. In January, we expanded our Sacramento campus and broke ground on the new worship center.
In June, we commissioned Pastor Desmond Robbins for our first expansion church in Nebraska called Midtown Omaha.
In August, Thursday night services relaunched for the first time since the pandemic.
In October, the Elk Grove campus moved to the Fortune Education Complex. 400 plus people came together to celebrate 2 years in Elk Grove.
And then there's the grand opening of the Sacramento campus. A long time coming. Prayers were answered, and when our doors opened, 2,500 people came to celebrate with us.
Amazing stuff right there. One of my favorite things about sports is how it unites people, right? A big reason why we met, of course, Pastor Bob leading chapel for the Kings. And speaking of, they've been looking good this season. Do you think that they're going to go further this year than they did last year?
Kings are balling right now, Sarah, and I think they're going to get out of the first round, no doubt, guaranteed.
Okay. As long as I don't have to face the Warriors right now.
Right.
I'm just kidding.
That's
I'm
right.
just kidding. All right, well, we can talk Kings all day, but let's get back to business. Back to the top 10. What's next on the list?
We have a saying at our church, Sarah, Midtown, where we get down, here's the proof. Check out these people. Our number 8 spot is our best touchdown celebrations. Look at these folks putting in work, Pastor.
Oh, man, yeah, they're doing it. You know, one thing I appreciate about Midtown Church is we're very diverse, but the majority of people can't clap on 2 and 4. So when you got that down, you can get down.
There is some rhythm, yes. Yeah. Shout out to Pastor Ephraim, but sometimes he goes a little bit too hard. Check Pastor E doing his thing.
Yeah, you know, I got a little too close to the edge of the stage, I think, this year, but so I need to just stay back a little bit.
Let's give it up for our worship team right now. And thank you, Midtown, for getting down with us in worship week after week. You do your thing well.
All right, at number 7 is one of my favorites, highlighting our amazing kids and youth. Let's call them our rookies of the year. Susie?
Absolutely. Thanks to our dedicated family ministries teams who teach our kids about faith, family, and having a brighter future. This year, we have added some new leaders to lead this next generation. And hundreds of young people attended our conference, weekday meetups, and had a blast at one of our amazing summer camps. Don't underestimate these rookies. They're young, but they're making an impact in our community. Bob, what you got?
My number 6 of the year is the love for our community. Our people lived out hope, health, and healing outside of our walls of our church. We took over the Sacramento Zoo, welcomed nearly 5,000 people in our community for free.
Families held their own yard sales and donated those proceeds to benefit the unhoused and local students.
We hosted our first annual golf tournament with some special guests, Malik Monk and Keegan Murray, and raised over $30,000 for you.
We strengthened relationships in the community by donating much needed school supplies and had a community resource fair to connect people with local health services.
The Matthew 25 Challenge raised $59,000 for Leah Tato Floyd Elementary School and the Table Foundation.
Joining us is our prayer and care pastor. What's up, Krista Armstead?
What's up, Pastor Ephraim?
You know, I have to give the number 5 spot to highlight what God is doing in Ghana through Midtown and the Chosen campaign, because this year we helped 300 children from Ghana get sponsored.
That's right, and you got to see that in person. You got to see the kids picking their sponsor families. You were right there in Ghana.
It was powerful. I mean, to see families from our church there hanging up on that line line in the tent and the kids and their families going in there and looking at our families and saying, I want that family to choose me. And especially for my wife, Danisha, and I, to see the child that chose us. It was powerful.
That's awesome, Pastor Ephraim, but I've got to jump in at number 4. He doesn't know I'm going to do this, but I have to give a special shout out to our coaches of the year. I wish I had that. First, let's celebrate Pastor Bob's ordination this summer with the Evangelical Church. As he puts it, this ordination is for all of us. He's setting the example for the future church. And this year, Dr. Ephraim Smith stood up for social justice at the state capitol alongside many other faith leaders, and he launched the first ever leadership conference with his beautiful wife, Danisha. He is leading the way for racial reconciliation, multi-ethnic ministry, and biblical justice. And finally, last but not least, my girl, Pastor Susie Gomez, took on the co-lead senior pastor role alongside Bob and Ephraim. She's not only breaking down barriers, but also reconstructing our spiritual formation at Midtown. Shout out to you, Pastor Susie. Thank you to our pastors for continuing to lead the way for Midtown Church and beyond.
Pastor Krista, we appreciate the love, and it's definitely an honor for us to lead. But really, we need to shout out all y'all. At number 3, we need to give it up for all of our Midtowners who serve everywhere, every ministry.
Man, we couldn't do it without the volunteers, Pastor Bob. I mean, this year we had 900 plus volunteers, and we're just so thankful that you all answered the call. We can't do ministry without each and every one of y'all. I mean, come on.
Big shout out to our volunteers at number 4. Let's highlight the top outreach MVP moments this year. Bob, who stands out to you?
Here are a few that come to mind. Eric Armstead and the Armstead Academic Project delivered toys to the UC Davis Children's Hospital. And congrats to Eric. This is his 4th year being nominated for the NFL Man of the Year award. Well deserved for all he does for all the students in the community in Sacramento.
Absolutely. We also continue to assist the unhoused community alongside Be Encouraged, and we serve regularly at the Elk Grove Food Bank and the St. John's.
During Thanksgiving, we provided 300 meal kits, ensuring low-income families had a festive dinner for Thanksgiving.
The best. Another MVP is Pastor Tyrone and his team, who enabled 150 low-income students to shop for themselves and to give gifts to fellow students. That's cool.
Our love for God's people went above and beyond the call. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. All right, y'all, we're down to the number 1 spot of this year's top 10. Ephraim, what do you have for your top Midtown moments? A big one.
Here we go. At number 1 is undoubtedly the best dunks. Pastor Bob, Sarah, this is better than Dr. J. Julius Irving. This is better than Michael Jordan. This is better than Daryl, Dr. Duncanstein, Griffin. This year, man, 200 people were baptized at our church. Pastor Bob, that's the most important thing I think we can do in any given year.
You said the Dr. J dunk, the Vince Carter dunk, the dunk they did over the dude when he jumped over the dude's head.
The way he puts his hand like right on somebody's back, and then this the way they go down into the water and come back up. I mean, you are waiting for new life by the time he bring you up out of the water.
I know in the 50s he was in a dunk contest, no doubt about it.
No doubt about it. This is the best stuff right here. Number 1, the dunks of Midtown Church.
And just like that, 2023 is a wrap. Special thanks to Midtown for making this year unforgettable. While one video can't capture everything, visit our website and read our year-end letter from our pastors to catch up on the details that maybe we've missed. Wishing you all a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
God bless you.